We are, 6 months away from Star Wars' triumphant return to the theater, and now we're starting to get a little bit more information as to what we can expect in regards to The Mandalorian and Grogu outside of just sheer apathy from the audience. I mean, taking a look at some of the metrics on those trailers that are out there, and holy crap, was there just it wasn't even like a great launch to begin with, but it has absolutely cratered in a long-term impact. You're going to have to wait for probably a little bit more substance for the first trailer, which is probably likely to come out Super Bowl time, so yeah, around February if I was a betting man. And if I was a betting man, I would say opening weekend is probably going to be lowest in Star Wars history, and box office run, it's going to give Solo a shot at that title, but I digress. We have a lot of time to talk about this. Let's just focus in on good old Sigourney Weaver, a veteran of the sci-fi genre, really redefining female action stars. Well, she would later go on to do that with Aliens, but women in film in 79, I don't think I'm overstating her importance, and also her longevity, and the fact that, well, she's coming into Star Wars at such a low point, and then just also exposing what kind of a creative low point Lucasfilm is at right now. It's a very interesting confluence of events, but one we shall delve into. Sigourney Weaver talks about her experience filming Mandalorian and Grogu. Legendary science fiction actress Sigourney Weaver provided some insight into her character in the upcoming Star Wars film The Mandalorian and Grogu during New York Comic-Con. Since the release of the official Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, audiences have been curious about Sigourney Weaver's character. Oh my god, is she somebody's mom? Is she a name that I recognize? Oh my god. Thankfully, we got a bit more information from the legendary science fiction actress herself during the Alien and Beyond panel. We'll put a pin in that for a second, then run it back here in a moment. From the convention earlier this month, we learned several things of note. Firstly, according to People, her character is Colonel Ward, a leader of the New Republic's Adelphi Rangers, and a former pilot for the Rebel Alliance. Okay. Second, it seems that you won't be seeing much of Weaver's Ward. Yo, pause. That sounds really suggestive, and I think some of the special effects guys who had to use a certain run a certain airbrushing technique probably seen quite a bit of Weaver's Ward. As she said, I was only on set for a few days. I beg your pardon, but I was surrounded by all kinds of different creatures. Yeah, a lot of them were probably green, and not in the way that Baby Grogu is green, but probably in the way that things can be changed at a moment's notice on the volume. Anyways, she details the experience of getting a drink with a unique looking character, usual for a continually expanding world of Star Wars. Is it really expanding, or is it just the visual manifestation of an Ouroboros or a human centipede, where Star Wars isn't really growing as a franchise? It just keeps on referencing itself, and Star Wars has become a vehicle to reference Star Wars. But I digress. What may not come as a surprise to fans is that she got to work with Pedro Pascal and Grogu. Oh my god, I know both of those things, and enjoyed the experience. Pascal's role as the Mandalorian Din Djarin catapult his already thriving career. Yeah, interesting. How old the Fantastic Four work out for him? What about Eddington? The Last of Us? Oh yeah, he really used a lot of that momentum. But anywho, third, Weaver revealed that the film will take place, yes, because I think this is the most substantive revelation, will pick up right where the third season of The Mandalorian left off. As we recall, season 3 ended with the defeat of Moff Gideon for the third time, and his clones. My clones! The ones that he gave the Force. Oh my god, this shit is so fucking dumb. And finding a new, more permanent home on Navarro. Yeah, exactly, because him, Grogu, and the Naboo starfighter, and they got a ranch on Navarro. Okay, cool. That was definitely, a launching pad for where this story was going to continue for sure. Yeah, because everybody was dying for more Mando content after that very well-received third season. Anyways, Weaver watched and loved The Mandalorian per show creator Jon Favreau's suggestion. Wait, what? Weaver commented, I love how the Star Wars universe has, I'm not trying to pay off each movie with a whole backlog of movies. It's now individual stories set in the same universe. Holy fuck, man. It's all referential to one another, okay? And in another interview that is yet to be published, at least at time of recording, Sigourney Weaver on why she joined The Mandalorian and Grogu, I just fell in love with the script, and I said, I don't know anything about this world. John said, well, you can watch the series, and I said, oh, there's a series. Holy fuck. That's kind of damning in and of itself, because I would imagine she has probably seen Baby Grogu merch out there in the wild. Okay, Sigourney Weaver is well enough connected and goes to these different Comic-Cons, so she probably knows what Baby Grogu is, but this is also very revealing. The normies that are out there, even the people that are more plugged in than your average normie, don't know where the fuck Baby Grogu comes from. They have no idea. It's like, that's a Baby Yoda thing. That's nice. That's a Star Wars thing. Specific Star Wars thing. Well, it's so nice that everything's like all interconnected, but you don't have to pay it off with a bunch of other stuff. You know, taking a slight shot at Marvel, where it's like you're collecting a paycheck from that same parent company. They're silly. And that's apparently not the only Disney paycheck that you're looking at getting, because, hey guys, do you want more Sigourney Weaver and another Aliens project? Yay! Because a couple weeks back when Alien Earth was going on, did anybody remember that show? Yeah, exactly. It only cost like $250-300 million and nobody's talking about it. But she was out there, you know, selling what's left of her credibility, saying, you know what, it's actually really good. It's a different take on the franchise that I just can't wait to see more of. But now, yes, Sigourney Weaver has met with Disney about a new Alien script. Oh, great. It's a very strong first 50 pages. Yay. Sigourney Weaver won't rule out returning to her seminal alien character Ripley in light of 50 new pages of a script she's seen from producer Walter Hill. Walter Hill is a very good friend of mine, and he wrote 50 pages where Ripley would be now. What? Oh, man. So what, they're going to be doing a sequel to Resurrection? Oh, fuck off. And they were quite extraordinary. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if I had a meeting with Fox, Disney, or whoever it is now. Oh, see, that's once again, it's like, I love the Alien. I love the Mandalorian thing. I have such a great time. Who owns what? I don't care. Just sign on the dotted line. She told the crowd at New York Comic Con on past Friday. I said I have never felt the need. I was always like, let her rest, let her recover. I'm gonna go pretend to be a blue person for a while for James Cameron. But what Walter has written seems so true to me and is very much about the society that would incarcerate someone who had tried to help mankind. Jesus. Added the star, she's a problem to them, and she's sort of tucked away. Anyone, I think it's a very strong first 50 pages, and I'm thinking about working with Walter to see what the rest of the story would be. Holy fuck, it's actually gonna happen, huh? You're gonna have yourself an 80-year-old Sigourney Weaver come back on screen just to say, get away from her, you bitch, but then the person she's saying that to will be like, oh, let's just go ahead and sit Nana down. She looks so tired. Weaver appeared on the main stage, where co-star Veronica Cartwright made a surprise appearance as Weaver mostly shared her memories and reflections on filming the genre-busting 1979 classic directed by Ridley Scott, as well as the other entries in the franchise. For the actress who carved out, her own corner of sci-fi, with the help of Alien, joining the cast, was about the strength of the story and not necessarily because of her genre appreciation. I'm an English major, so I just read the story, and if it's a good story, I don't care what genre it's in. Why did you sign up for The Mandalorian and Grogu then? Why did you continue to do any Aliens work after Aliens in 86? I just really want to sign on for good quality work. Well, maybe I got to put into question your ability to discern quality. Never really thought about genres. I just thought of good stories. Now genres are a much more well-defined thing, but I'm glad I didn't really think about it. I'm glad I followed the story. She continued, I thought about a very concise script, 10 little Indians and knocking them off one by one. If you don't know what the alien design is, it's very hard to understand that this monster is running around, dripping acid. And cool, yeah, if you want a better shot of him, you could just watch an episode or two of Alien Earth. I don't recommend it. And you can see it fully lit, and it looks stupid. It's like one of the most iconic and imposing designs in cinematic history. And you found new and interesting ways to make it look retarded. But in terms of recasting, which was heralded for decades as a defining performance and groundbreaking representation of a female lead in the genre. Yeah, but here's the thing, like Ripley in Alien, like she was never really positioned to be, hey guys, take a look, we got a girl in science fiction now. It was like, no, she's a good character who eventually ends up being the last one alive. Spoilers for a movie. That's what, 55 years, holy shit, 56 years old. Anyways, Weaver noted that, yes, despite her character being at the center of the narrative, she questions whether she was actually considered number one on the call sheet. No, of course not. And that comes with the fact that there had been so little representation of women like Ripley. And yeah, now she is the standout, and unfortunately, now she's kind of like the guy who gave her big break to begin with, Ridley Scott, not content with letting sleeping dogs lie and instead continuing to chip away at her once sterling legacy. So yeah, look forward to seeing her in 6 months' time and just what kind of an uninspired performance she's going to deliver to a bunch of CGI monstrosities. Really can't wait for all of this stuff. It's going to be so amazing. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.